Hey y'all, it has definitely been a minute, hasn't it? There's a reason for that, which I will get into later. But right now, we got to find out what was in that box, check in on some caterpillars, and see a surprise visitor. So let's go. Okay. I can't believe this. I just got home from work. It's Friday. I look out my Florida room. There is a giant swallowtail butterfly, like over there on my screen, in my Florida room. I don't know where it came from. I don't know. I don't know. And not only that, do you hear? I can't even talk. Like they're all over wintering, or so I thought. Look at there. Look at that beauty. All right, so like I have to do some maneuvering to get to a point where I can get my hands on it. And then I'm gonna let it fly. Oh my gosh. Y'all, we have been in the 80s all week and the milkweed's growing back. Now I got my overwinters closing. I love Florida. Whew, I got it. It was a challenge, but I got it. I had to use two hands, so I couldn't film it, but it's flying out my garden. Maybe I'll see it a little later. So look at these sweet babies. And yes, they are on tropical milkweed. My regular viewers know what I'm doing with the tropical milkweed, but if you're new to this channel and are questioning my use of tropical milkweed, please see my disclaimer in the description because I don't want to have to keep saying it over and over again. Read it before you comment about tropical milkweed. This is one enclosure. I have 3 with sweet babies in it, but I only put a few in each enclosure. Look at this little dude right here. They love the flowers. Are they not so cute? I know a lot of my northern friends are missing their caterpillars, so just spending a little extra time with them. These two are being a little sassy. Hey y'all, so in the last video I showed you at the end this big box. Well, let me tell you something. This big box has been in my garden room for over a year, and inside of it is something that I bought that is some kind of outside like screen enclosure. You see it? It's green. Oh, I hope it's one of those pop-up things that just, you throw up and it pops up, but I have a feeling it's gonna be work. And good old Live and Go scissors. A link below in my Amazon links. This thing's not linked below because, like I said, it was on clearance, so it probably doesn't even exist anymore that I know of. All right, there it is, y'all. And it came with these, which tells me it's not a pop up and go kind of thing. It's gonna need assembly. Y'all, it's a 6.5 by 10 foot crop cage. Crop cage. I grow crops. I grow crops for butterflies. I bet it'll fit right here between my greenhouse and my parade hut right there. All right, let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna clean up the space. Oh, this thing is huge. Can you see the border of it? It's huge. I'm gonna be able to grow my swamp milkweed, all my milkweeds in here and keep it protected from butterflies. Yeah, look at this thing. This is going to be fabulous. I can't even get over that. I didn't even know I had. I'm going to go put the covering on. This was so much faster and easier to build than my little greenhouse. But I love my little greenhouse. But oh my goodness. All right, let's go get the cover on. This should be easy. Okay, so when I built the thing that was in the box, the big screen thing, I had it right beside my little greenhouse, and then I looked at it and decided it looked like a big eyesore and I couldn't stand it. So I rearranged some things and moved some things, and I moved it to a new spot that I do love so much better. So let me go show you. So there's my sweet little greenhouse. I've got it open because I've been in there moving some plants around. And then right beside it was the big green eyesore, but I moved it down and turned it sideways, so now it's down in the back corner. And now when we sit in our chairs, it's behind our line of sight, so we don't see it when we're sitting out here looking at the garden. Now, as far as what I'm going to use it for, that is yet to be determined. Right now, it's still empty. I do need to order another piece of the ground fabric because there's some areas that are dirt. So I have to order that and put it down. Probably will be for my nursery. Airplane. I mean, always. It'll probably be for my nursery. But there could be some butterflies that end up in there. I don't know. It'll be fun. I can do whatever I want. I can switch it in and out. I love it. And what I'm discovering with my greenhouse is my pentas absolutely love it in here. And the milkweed growing back, the tropical milkweed, is all gone. I moved it because it was not loving it. I still have a couple more little plants to move. It was getting fungusy, and see, now these ones look happier, like they're starting to grow back, but some of them were not happy. So you can see in the bottom, let me get a pot. See, you can see in the bottom right there, there's like this fungus. So I think they're just not getting enough sunshine in here. So let me show you what I'm doing now. I still don't want my tropical milkweed out in the open where butterflies could land on it and it could be potentially exposed to OE, because I'm just growing the tropical milkweed to use to feed the caterpillars. But I have tons of butterfly enclosures, and I'm not using many of them right now. So I'm putting my tropical milkweed in all of my butterfly enclosures, and then I can move them around in my garden. It's fabulous. Like as the sun moves, like I can just pick up the enclosure and move it to keep them in the sun longer, but they're still enclosed and protected, so they can't get eggs laid on them. They can't get OE spores on them. So I'm kind of loving it, and hopefully they'll love it too and grow back faster. So where have I been? Oh my gosh, that is such a long story. This whole last week was just crazy. Insane. You saw there was no second video posted, and let me tell you, first of all, it was my last week teaching of 2022. I am officially now on winter break. Woohoo! But in that last week, oh my gosh, well, the kids, they're all excited, and we had to go on a field trip. So we took them all to a Lakeland Magic basketball game. And it hasn't rained in forever, but of course, when we were walking out of the arena to get to the buses, it decides to rain. So we all get wet. We have to get on the bus. My shoes are wet. My clothes are wet. All the kids were wet. We were just wet. We rode the bus in air conditioning, so then we were all cold. Back to the school, we had to take them right to get their lunches. We were so late getting back that then we had to take them to our classrooms to eat their lunches because they were closing the cafeteria. So we didn't even get a break, and we were wet, and it was just a thing. And then my daughter, who goes to college in the UK, was able to fly home for Christmas. And she's spending almost a whole month with us, which I am thrilled about. Well, the train people went on strike in the UK, and she needed to take a 3-hour train ride to Manchester so she could fly out, and she couldn't get there. So we had to pay $250 for a cab to drive her from her college, her university, to Manchester. And we did it, and she is home. But oh my gosh, so it was a crazy week, and life happens. Hey y'all, you know what's funny is yesterday I came out and I showed you from afar what was in the box, but I didn't take you up close and let you actually see it. So we're gonna go see it, and yeah. So here we go. It's completely empty. I have yet to put anything in it. It has two openings. It has a big opening on this side where both sides zip up, and you can just open the whole thing. And this is the section I need to get some more of the ground cover for. I stuck the pond liner there, but you can see it's holding water, so I don't want that. So I have to go on Amazon and order more of this. The thing is that this back half opens up too, and then I put all my pots out there so I can unzip and get to them easily, but they're not like out in open sight. So I'm actually loving this.